So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that things I believe are not going to be viewed as strange, fantastic, weird, what have you. I embrace that we're peculiar, that we're supposed to be the Lord's peculiar people. But here's the thing, any religion from an outside perspective is going to look pretty dang weird. I mean, the early Romans thought of the apostles as grave robbers who built up a cult that sought heaven through eating their dead God. And I mean, if you didn't understand the particulars of the resurrection, if you didn't grasp the symbolism of the sacrament, you can see how the Romans could have thought that, right? It's a strange doctrine. It's peculiar. It's different. And it's supposed to be that way. Look at the way the law of Moses set apart ancient Israel. Imagine being a pagan traveling through the Middle East and entering Judea and seeing all the strange things that they did to follow the law of Moses. You'd have thought you'd entered crazy town, especially before anyone, any believer, sat down and explained stuff to you. And especially Jesus Christ himself, his fulfillment of the old law and his message of the new law was considered so strange, so fantastic, so heretical, that the priesthood of the day, the leaders of God's church up until the coming of the Messiah, the Sanhedrin, they condemned Christ to death. They gave Christ up to the Romans to put to death because they felt Jesus, who was God himself, had so blasphemed against God's law that he didn't deserve to live. And they did the same thing to Paul, delivering him to Herod and arguing he ought not to live any longer for his blasphemy and heresy against the law of Moses. I don't know, the scriptures, the history of Christianity, it suggests to me that we ought to be careful of an overly scriptorian view of the kingdom of God. Be wary of the rush to condemn people as blasphemers and heretics because maybe you're not seeing things clearly. Maybe you've hardened your heart through dogmatic doctrine and closed it off to the whisperings of the Spirit that is often testified of doctrines and ideas that seem strange and fantastic at first.